Hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though, these stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
Roaming free in the world, trials and tales untold. We'll fight and we'll glide through the darkest of the night and find our way back home. Vagabonds are we, unlikely heroes to see. We'll fight and we'll glide through the darkest of the night and find our way back home. And find our way back home.
And 3 glorious years, apparently. Although we totally forgot that. We only found out because you guys were talking about it. Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Vagabond Chronicles. Apparently 3 years and counting, Tom and Jess and Ninel and Clem. What do you think of that?
Look at that. That's impressive. Do you know,
Isn't it?
Fantastic.
can we get a round of applause?
I thought we were going to get cancelled. Thank you very much. Yeah, a little round of applause. There you go. A little self pat on the back. How about that?
Hey,
That's,
listen. A lot of things don't survive 3 years. So.
a lot of restaurants don't survive for 3 years. You know, I think it's like if we were a cafe restaurant, we'd have just gone to the bank. See, we told you it worked. Here's cash for the other month. Right, on that note, folks, we're back. We've been on massive hiatus. I've had a whole bunch of projects. I've been directing and acting. Tom's been writing furiously to the point where in fact, actually, Tom, there's a long story that we're not going to go into live on here, but there may have been some cars exploding recently that may or may not have been something to do with us, which we're not going to go into. But let's just say it was Tom and I were working so much that we set 2 cars on fire.
We blew up a van.
Yes. So on that cheery,
Never a dull weekend.
never a
with
dull
Tom and
weekend.
Neil.
Never a dull weekend with Tom and Neil. So anyway, on that note, I guess although we've sort of started to do it, let's introduce our 3-year veteran campaign-y people, starting with, I guess, initiative order, which I always forget who's the actual person that's got initiative order. I think it might be.
Well, it's been changing recently, hasn't it?
Has
I mean,
been
it's because
changing.
we've had new
Has been
people.
changing. Has been changing.
It is what it is.
All right, and
Any order.
let's go with the thing that if you explode a car, the last thing that you look for, but the first thing
Here
that
we
you
go.
find the day afterwards, a crumpled, curled up ball of matter that could have been
Here we
some
have it.
kind of animal, possibly a rodent. It's Quint, played by Mr. Clem. Hi, Clem.
Hello. Yes, I play Quint, who is a rat man. In this world, is called a Skaven. He was thrown out and was very lucky to survive. His clan, who basically he thought he was a hero after being converted. So he tries to do good things, even though he's the most hideous, deformed, burnt rat thing going.
He
But
is
does
really
try.
truly
He
disgusting.
does try.
He's truly
He
disgusting.
tries.
He's a nice rat, but he's truly
If
hideous.
hope was beauty, he'd be beautiful, but he's not.
If hope was beauty.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Oh,
Nice. Next up in the initiative order, I completely forget. I have no fucking idea. I guess is it Granny fucking
I
Smith?
think it might be Granny Smith.
I
Granny,
think
Yes.
it's Granny fucking Smith, isn't
and
it?
fucking is her middle name, I believe. Granny fucking Smith. Indeed.
It's on the birth
Filthiest
certificate.
grandma in the world.
Filthiest Granny.
Filthiest Gran.
Absolutely. I'm Jess. I play Granny Smith. You may have thought when you first met her that she was just a sweet old biddy. However,
You'd be
you were
fucking wrong
fucking wrong.
With a body count that high on the first fucking time you meet her. Jesus.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's
How many guards did we kill?
I think
think
2 or
she-
3.
I really am grateful you said we.
I like the fact you're I like the fact you're getting your stories straight.
Yeah. We.
Nice.
Oh man, yeah. So
Bear with
I'm
me.
very nervously excited to see how this episode unfolds.
Excellent. Next up in the calamitous order of convicts, I guess the accused. It is Tom. I believe it's your character. Yeah.
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 Hi, I'm Tom. I'm playing a very distressed and traumatized hedge wizard because I just witnessed an old lady kill 3 people. If you want to learn any more about me, go back and listen to all previous 237 episodes of the Vagabond Chronicles.
Wow.
I don't know if it was 237, but it was a lot.
It's quite a few, sir.
Been quite a few. I
Have
think
we
the
reached triple figures yet on the
no,
actual?
not yet. The first season I think was something like 50 odd episodes, including the specials.
Okay.
Something like that.
We're probably around 60
Around
episodes.
60 odd episodes, I believe. Yeah,
Over 3 years.
3 years. We were young, Tom. our voices didn't have nodules on the larynx.
Yeah.
And now look at us.
Yeah. I'm Ratigan, I'm traumatized. Tune in to find out why in this episode of
Indeed.
Vagabond Chronicles.
Speaking of trauma, the youngest member of the Vagabonds
That transition.
into fantasy, high fantasy trauma. We have the coolest cucumber in the patch. The dwarf that knows, and if you know, then I don't know where I'm going with this one. Save us, Merrick. Merrick, played by Einel. Einel, what's up?
Hey, I'm Einel. I play Merrick the dwarf, who is a bit of a wheeler dealer, a bit of an opportunity stealer. He's one who is always looking out for number one, but sometimes he'll look out for number two if number one is also involved in number two. And so it's, but he's very, very suave and dapper kind of a dwarf, to the point in which he also gets buffs depending on how he's dressed.
He does.
Yeah,
He's a fashionista.
So, if you see him dressed quite as a fashionista, then you know he's got some buffs coming his way.
That's right, indeed. So very quick recap, folks.
Can I quickly also? I just want to remind us. Merrick, what is Merrick's alter ego? Because we discovered an alter ego from Eric last time.
Oh, that was amazing. That was truly something quite special.
Oh, that's his battle dress alter ego.
That is his battle dress alter ego. Love it.
It comes with a dress.
So very quickly, recapping and also picking up some information for anybody new who wants to know what the fuck this is. We are playing Warhammer First Edition, Warm Fantasy Roleplay First Edition. This is based on a rule set that's 45 years old, I think it is. Something crazy like that. And we basically monkey around with the rules a little bit to make it a bit more modern and updated. It's a percentile game with skills that can increase and decrease, and advantages and disadvantages as I see fit. Kind of like D&D in many ways. It's high fantasy but low fantasy, so magic is not abundant. People treat magic with distrust. There's chaos everywhere, and it's very, very similar to the medieval world of our world. Last time on the Vagabonds, which was a few weeks ago, the boys had met Granny Smith and had been investigating the sewers, apparently trying to find the hunt for their kidnapped friend, their elf-napped friend, Wavy Davy, who was about to be betrothed to the dashing Dr. Dasher at their ceremony, and that all went horribly tits up, as things tend to do in the Vagabonds. They were scuttling through the sewers, and they found what looks to be a secret hidden temple underneath the city of Bogenhofen. They attacked a demon, appeared, and threatened them, and then unfortunately were surrounded by sewer jack guards who'd been called to a massive disturbance and all the fucking magic and stuff going on, which they then tried to escape, and Granny Smith then did some rather sterling acrobatics with a Zimmer friend. Well, allegedly, Granny Smith then may have eviscerated at least 3 of them within the space of... each combat round is 6 seconds. That would have taken 20 seconds for her to kill 3 humans. So that was pretty interesting. Allegedly. I need what is it? Countenance or something like that to make sure that I'm an expert witness in how you can kill somebody in 20 seconds. So I may be exaggerating slightly. Anyway, so they were all nabbed, I believe is the legal term, and incarcerated, and that's where we left them last time. Merrick, however, dressed in his is it what's his alter ego name? Miranda? No, Miranda. It's not can't be that easy.
We could use Miranda.
No, it was like Merrick is not Merica. It's Merica. It's Merica.
It's Mareka.
Miss Mareka.
There's an A on the end.
It's Miss Mareka.
America.
I'm pretty sure it's America. America.
That'll work, wouldn't it? There we are.
I call America. America the Sand. All right, so America. If you pronounce it America. So America is his alter ego, which he managed to evade capture by charming the pants off some guards.
Johan.
All right, let's go with Johan.
I still remember that name.
I'm pretty sure he's making that.
Hey, Johan. I remember him.
So they were captured apart from Merrick, and then led off very sharply.
and have now been incarcerated in the local jail of Bogenhofen. They've gone from heroes to zeros in quite some time. The entire watch in this particular district area of Bogenhofen, which, let's say for argument's sake, is around here-ish. I'm going to put a dice on it so the players can see it. Let's say the jail is fuck it over here. The jail is here, where the die is just there. The D6. That's where your jail is currently, and you were marched sort of around Bogenhofen to avoid calamity and lots of confusion and people shouting and potentially a riot, and then dragged into there and thrown unceremoniously into this jailhouse, of which you are the only people apart from a few sad cases in various of the other cells. You're literally going to be arraigned the same day. Things move rather quickly here because let's face it, justice is what now? I know. Justice is what? It's swift. That's
swift
right.
justice.
It's swift justice. You've been brought in. Quint is looking.
I'm just kissing my left and right knuckle.
I know. I like it.
Quint's still unconscious.
So Clem, you're on -1 right now, I believe. You're on
I am.
You're on -1. You're gonna have to make a roll immediately.
Yeah, I forgot he was dying. Yeah.
Is this on wounds?
This is on wounds. He's on -1.
Are we? Can I?
Let me set the scene for you before you get into it, folks.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Can we just
I just want to double check everybody's where they should. Who's on the green thing? Who's
I think
this?
I'm -1 for wounds as well.
I don't think you are. You're on 3 over here. I believe.
On 3?
Yeah, this is you over here, Jess. You're on
It's not looking great for you, lot.
Rather than just getting beaten down.
What is the green? Whose is the green box? I totally forgot. Who's somebody who's not here anymore? Oh, that was Pete. That was Pete. He's got waiting.
Yeah, Pete was green.
Pete was green. That's fine. So we keeping Pete's thing here in honour because you never know. At some point he might come back.
In tribute. You never know with Teddy. He's always in and out.
Teddy bastard's always going, look at all this. That's ridiculous. The audience can see. The other players can't see what I can see. In fact, audience, why don't we step into this red box over here? Feast your eyes on all this.
I'm the red.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other players don't know that. All right, very quickly. So you are in a shitty jailhouse.
Hold on. Can I make there's someone who's in this jailhouse that shouldn't be in this jailhouse.
Oh, you're not in this jailhouse. I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying.
I tell you what. I'm gonna say that two nobles picked you up, and you're now having a fantastic fish dinner. At the Golden Trout. In fact, you managed to convince them that you are someone of some note. And they've
candlelit dinner is as well.
It's a candlelit dinner. I'm going to create it for you right now. And actually, they're rather drunk, so they don't really know what's going on.
Don't notice the huge moustache then.
No, actually, one of them, let's call him Heinrich, finds it charming. Yeah, he said, "Oh, charming, simply charming, a moustache on a lady, simply charming." He's just charming a lot. He doesn't really know. I don't think he knows what it means. So he just says it.
What, a moustache on a lady?
No, the word charming. I think. So this is your private snug area that you're being waited on hand and foot. In fact, you know a couple of the waiters because they were the shit waiters that you hired at the wedding.
Do they recognize me?
Yeah, actually, fuck it. Let's start off just like that. Why don't you roll for me? Let's say a fellowship test plus 20. Do you have disguise? Because you're really in character right now. Do you have disguise skill? I can't remember what you have.
Let me have a look.
You're dressed as a lady. You're dressed in a fine ball gown.
I don't have this.
Fuck it. I'm going to give you plus 20 anyway because I think it's hysterical. So plus 20 to your fellowship as one of the shitty waiters from the wedding that you.
My fellowship is 38, I believe.
So that's a 58 chance to succeed. I'm going to be plus 20 on this. So the waiter comes in, serves the fish dinners, stops and goes, "And for you, my lady," and just stops like that, and then he just sees you.
44.
Yeah, he just stares straight at you, go, "And you, my lady." And he just stops. Your fish dinner is still in his hand, and he's sort of like over here at the table, and he's just staring straight at you as you sort of like bustle your like. I mean, your dress is rather low cut. Let's be.
Are you gonna put the fish down on the table or what?
He goes. He proffers it out, puts it down, pushes it towards you with his hand, looks at the two gentlemen who are very drunk, and goes, very good, my lady, and just walks straight off. He gets to the door, stops, and turns around and goes, anything else? No. And he just walks out and shuts the door. Okay, that's you. That's exactly what you're doing. So after the sewers, even though you're
it feels like a success, I would have called a staff meeting. But
I think you would have called a staff meeting. All right. So you're enjoying a fish dinner, which is fantastic. Moving over to the Vagabonds and this very moody lighting that suddenly, because we moved the candle, which is very cool. So Vagabonds, Quint is hanging on between two guards. He is drooling what looks to be blood out of his mouth, and he does not look in a very good way at all. His breathing is ragged. He's pretty much like hanging. Literally, they're carrying him. Without him, he'd be dropped to the floor. Granny Smith, you have got your hands and clapped in irons behind you. There are 5 guards around you, and they are all got their weapons out and are pointing the weapons at you as they shuffle you along into the cells. You're going to have your own cells individually. Tom, you've got a person on you, but you seem to be like viewed as the least threat. Because you gave yourself up last time, I seem to remember. Are you going to do anything, folks? There are this many number of guards in this cell. All of them have weapons. Your initial weapons, like anything like a sword or an axe or anything like that kind of stuff, has been stashed in a box in another room, which is called evidence, the evidence room.
Have my ingredients been taken from me? My spell ingredients?
No, they have not. No, because people don't realise you're a wizard.
And also, they're all fairly innocuous things.
They're all really shit stuff, so it's like feathers and scraps. They went through your pockets, and one of the ferrets bit their fingers when he got close to something a bit, let's say, a bit tasty in terms of magical properties. So they sort of chased off the ferret, so they thought the ferret managed to scoot up back underneath your underneath your dressing gown without being noticed. So your 2 ferrets are hanging onto the calves of your legs, which makes you look like you've got massive muscly calves. Every now and again, when the sort of like
that's good, 'cause usually I'm a beanpole.
Yeah, so you are a beanpole, and so these massive 2 calves that are coming off you at the moment.
Beautifully furry too,
and very furry, very masculine calves. You're like a fucking half a bear. So you're sort of walking on. They're clamped onto your calves for dear.
So can I place a hand on Quint? Can I get close enough to heal him? Do a healing spell? You
can. I'm going to have to say you're going to have to do like a kind of just sleight of hand, because they are carrying him. You are under guard. You're not supposed to be interacting. You've already been told everybody has to shut up and look forward. So to do this, you're going to have to make, I would say, a initiative test to sort of stumble into him or do something so it looks like you're not actually casting a spell.
Right.
If it fucks up, somebody may notice that you're one kind of twig what you're doing, sort of.
All right, this is going to be good.
What's your initiative?
When does it not fuck up with that
one time?
Salesman.
That one time, Tom. That one time
is, I believe, 36. Not great.
Brilliant.
Not great. No, not great.
All right. Hang on, I gotta zoom in on this thing because I can't see the dice at the moment. Right, rolling.
Oh, you want to roll it again because I stopped it. There you go. 31, very good. So that's a success.
Hey.
I feel like very much in soccer when somebody gets a touch to the ball, because I did click this as well as you clicking it. So
but then I clicked it a couple more times.
So I feel I changed the probability enough using my godlike powers. I think that's what happened. All right, good. So you passed.
It's all you, Neil.
It's all.
We don't
3-year anniversary. It's all. I'm joking. All right, well done, Tom. That's very good. So you passed.
Is this just you saying you just want to call you God? Is that where we're going with this?
No, we've already established that Sad Neil is the god of fate points. I've already reached deity. I've been deified. I don't think there's more that I need.
Okay.
There's always more, though, isn't there, Tom?
I give that role in tribute to Sad Neil. So I sort of do a little kind of stumble, like pretend stumble forward.
Yeah.
Place a hand on Quinn.
Uh-huh.
And just sort of mutter under my breath, "Get better, you bastard." So
that's a D6 or D3. I can't remember what you would have rolled in this one. D6, I think. For its basic. Hang on, I'm just checking my spells right now. You've got 2 levels of healing, I believe.
Yeah, I'm doing the good level
which is lesser healing or something like that, which is a D6. I think petty healing is like D3, and I think this is a D6, I believe.
Hang on, I'm actually just considering, because how many magic points have I got left? I might have to do this. I might just have to stabilize him.
Yeah, you've got 6 left by my count. My books of that from over there.
Yeah, all right. I'm just gonna do petty then.
Okay.
Which is 2 off,
Okay.
and that is, I believe, a D3.
Yep, that's right. You need at least one. Well, actually, 1 will stabilize him. 2 will make him cognitive.
That's what I'm thinking. You
Yep.
know, like I'm just trying to stabilize him at the moment.
D3 for
So-
you is on the board, sir. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm having to zoom in all over the place to go to the counter. D3. Okay.
That's a 3. Great.
3.
So, Clem, please put
Yay.
yourself back on 2, and you can sort of like snap awake.
Hey, he's alive.
The rat functional.
Cool. I'm just going to roll to see if you started talking in your delirium. Let's give you a percentage chance that you may have muttered something in squeak. What is it? Squeak is squeakish, isn't it? You're the native.
It's
rat
quickish,
type.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to roll. I actually have given a percentage, so let's say that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so just as you were starting to like maybe squeak a little bit, you snap to. As this magical healing spell literally snaps you, almost like smelling salts would do. Like, just snaps you awake instantly. Your eyes completely like boomf. You feel yourself being manhandled by 3 different guards. You cannot feel the weight of your sword. The spider sword has been taken from you. You've got various innocuous objects, like bits and pieces on you. Because it was pretty quick. Well, they just literally took whatever weapons they could see. Granny, if you want to make a stealth check, actually, you can roll initiative to see whether you manage to, if you have any hidden items that you manage to hide away that won't
All her
see.
weapons are hidden.
Oh, she's got layers as Granny.
She's got quite a few, yeah. Because don't forget, they also look like things they're not. So
Yes.
you can make an initiative test per item. I'm going to say.
Her item.
And, yeah. So like you've got a few items that are actually quite deadly. But if they
Yeah.
look like things they're not, like the cane and stuff like that, then you can
Yeah.
roll to see whether or not people discover the hidden switch that turns it into a fucking killing machine weapon thing.
Yeah. And what about my knitting needles?
Knitting needles, no, they're just knitting
They're gone.
needles. Yeah, they're not gone. They're
I've
stuck
got
in your
those.
hair, I believe.
Okay, so
What was stuck in a
what do you-
guard?
Shh, allegedly.
All right. So, Quint, you can talk amongst yourselves a little bit if you wish to. It's going to have to be hushed whispers. But I'll give you like 10, 20 seconds to talk amongst yourselves now as you are guided through towards what looks to be individual cells you're about to be thrown into by a lot of very pissed off guards.
I mean,
There's not a lot to be said, really, because none of this is going to actually alter anything.
Flavor, sir, flavor. People are paying good money to hear you roleplay.
I mean, I will. If I see Quint come around,
Yeah.
I will just go. I'll just say, don't worry, we're gonna get out of this.
Quiet, you! One of the guards like thumps you in
I
the
knew
back.
that was gonna happen.
And you fell for my trap. Yeah, they thought they.
This is very bad. This can't be.
Quiet, you! Another one thumps. 3 of them thump you in the face.
Not
Not.
something in the face, do they?
Yeah. Not. Yeah. They take you too hard.
Would this cause fear, Neil?
It quite possibly would. Please make a cool test immediately. As all 3 of them bash you around the face and back.
Quiet, you.
Quiet, you! and then all 12 of them go, quiet, you! Quiet, you! Quiet, you! And that scares the shit out of you, Quint. There's so many humans. Roll, it's a cool test. 26, you lucky fucking rat. I believe that's a pass.
Cool test.
Oh,
No,
nice.
my cool is 24.
Ooh! Ho-ho.
But I wanted to fail.
All right, I'm gonna throw you a bone because it would be too weird right now. You do a little squeaker. You're like that.
Okay.
It's a little squeaker fear as opposed to a musker fear. And the two guys that are holding you still go, oh, it's awful, oh! And they sort of loosen their hands. Whereas the third one, who's got a cold, goes, well, I can't smell anything. So he keeps his hand on you. And moves. The other two sort of move off very quickly. Almost like a stink bomb has been smashed on the ground. You know, one of those old-fashioned things.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
So, so the guards bustle with it. Unless there's anything you wish to do, and please stop me. Yeah.
I'm wondering if... so Granny has got seduction.
She does.
I'm just wondering if I use that to try and just not get out.
Take the edge off the triple murder.
Yeah, just butter up the guards a little, just to see if I can maybe get them still on side with some flirting.
How on earth, as you're being frog marched into a cell, how does flirting whilst being frog marched look like, Jess? I'm actually very curious to know.
I honestly, I'm just desperate and I'm clutching at straws and I'm going to have to see what happens.
Fair enough. We've all been desperate. We've all been desperate, Jess, at one point in our life. Granny Smith has hit that point right now. All right. Well, one of the make a willpower, a fellowship test to see whether or not you can use your charms and just physically to beguile one of them before you can. Then I'll let you know which one is the sort of soft target, as it were.
Sure thing. So fellowship is 25.
Wow, you need to really ramp that up, huh? Yeah.
So I'm here, aren't I?
Yep.
Oh.
It's been a good few decades since Granny Smith seduced anybody. That is a big failure. It's a massive big failure. So tell me what it is that you do to this guard who's opened the door and just standing with the door open as the other guard's about to shove you through.
Oh, these handcuffs are awful for my arthritis, but they do remind me of some better times when I was in handcuffs in slightly less dubious situations.
So you do that in front of the guard who's got the keys right now, and he just looks at you and just goes, and just sort of retches in his mouth a little bit. And and then the other guard sort of unceremoniously pushes you into the cell, and he just locks the door, wipes the corner of his mouth a tiny bit, and then just walks off back to the group.
I've seen that reaction before.
Ratigan, you're put into the cell, which is literally next to. These are like iron bar cells, so you can see each other through them, like this, basically, like that, basically. Old-fashioned, old-fashioned.
Jail.
It's like jail from the Wild West.
The westerns.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it's like. You're put next to each other, and the guards move off. And then Rat Boy is thrown into the jail here. There is a drunk in here that sort of wakes up and goes, what? And he looks at you and comes forward and goes, oh, what did they put you in here for? Being ugly. He starts laughing, and then he just sort of claps again because he's very drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comedy drunk. Good.
That didn't necessitate a response then.
I like the idea that because you're a knight, that you're a perceived knight, that your nose just twitches and you just be the better rat by not responding and just keeping your posture. Little twitch of the nose there. All right, the guards start moving off. And they all sort of filter out into the room. You can hear them playing cards. There's other people in there. They seem to be eating and drinking and stuff. It looks like a guard room basically just here. And you can clearly actually just one of you, any of you looking in this direction at all?
I'd like to know if any of them are still left in the room.
I was
talk
wondering
freely or not.
Yes, there are at least 6 guards currently. You don't know this, but just FYI, protocol would say that any new convicts or any new accused, they'd leave guards in the room just in case they start freaking out and they need stuff, or try to escape somehow because obviously they've just been arrested. So, whereas the other people in here have been here for some time, either waiting for arraignment or waiting for trial, or just being thrown in here for a few days, depending on what they've been charged with. So, the guards are they're habitually here. They're not like super guards. They're not like high security max guards. They're just like normal watchmen, and they look bored as hell, some of them. Some of them are taking their job quite seriously. Others don't look particularly interested. It's just that's what they're hired to do. So they're just standing there. You notice that one of the guys over here has got his hand out and is sort of talking to the other guy over there. They don't seem to be wanting to shut them up. So I guess talking is kind of allowed now that you're all safely in the cells. No harm can come from that. So theoretically, you can talk to each other, you think, without any issues. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to dash straight over. Merrick, you've started the truffle course. Margin, who's this guy over here, is now asleep. And the other one, Frederick, has been moving his stool surreptitiously closer and closer towards your stool.
I thought it was Heimlich.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's been such a long. It's been such a long dinner.
You gave them their names.
You've had so many courses. There's been so much wine.
Who are you again?
he keeps changing. He's so drunk. He changed his name. He goes, Heinrich. No, wait, that's my father. I think. Wait. You've got. Has anybody told you you've got a lovely moustache? Just having a drink. So he looks like you're actually still sober, but soberish. You can hold your liquor basically. But these guys look like they're going to pass out. Money bags over here on your immediate left definitely is sprawled back, legs akimbo, and his pouch, specifically his coin pouch, is hanging pretty much near where his genitals most likely are. And he's got a double patch. That's where it is. But that's just sort of gleaming in the flickering moonlight of this very romantic dinner you're having, pretty much by yourself at this point. Is there anything you want to do, Merrick?
Oh. Yeah, don't grab the wrong one.
I grabbed the right pouch.
Well, depends on what kind of night you want, really, I guess. Let's see how the way I win. Either way you win. Very good. So, tell me which pouch you're going for, and then tell me what else
I'm
you
gonna
want
go for the right pouch, please.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use Silent Move Urban for this.
Sure.
So I can creep.
Cool. So
But then, do I need that? He's drunk as hell.
He's drunk as hell, and the other guy's drunk as hell.
Save that.
The other guy's like moving his stool inch by inch. He's doing that hopping stool motion that people do. You know when people like trying to get closer at a table, but they're not really doing anything. They're just moving the fucking stool, and it's kind of like pretty much standing still. But it's like when you're sort of half jog running for a bus you know you can't catch. He's sort of like trying to get past the table, and he's very drunk, so he's not doing a very good job. So he's definitely into you, though. You definitely think you.
Oh, he loves the moustache, yeah.
He likes moustache. He's not just playing like fancy words. I think he genuinely likes you. You're gonna break it. We know you're gonna break his heart. It's inevitable. Right? It's kind of inevitable. So what do you want to do with these two?
I'm gonna grab that right pouch. There's two pouches, right? I'm gonna grab the right one.
Yeah, so the right one is the coin one. It's quite clearly the coin one.
Oh snap! Okay, cool.
I like the fact you didn't know. You just gonna try.
I didn't know. I don't know. I thought it was like a draw. I thought it was like a Neil moment where I was gonna have to roll.
No, I'm not. If you want to roll, I'm not going to stop you. So basically, you're like this. Your elbows on the table. You're like here with the ridiculous fucking hairpiece that you managed to salvage. Yeah. And you're like with your very low cut dress, and your other hand is sort of underneath the table like that. And then there's the other guy who's very drunk, like this. Like really fucked his face.
So he's just watching me just fondle, yeah?
As far as you can see, his friend is completely passed out here. Like that, and your hand is just rummaging underneath the table. Like this. This is exactly what this guy can see from his point of view. Wait, I'm going to do the fish dinner.
Yeah.
There's a fish.
And the truffles as well.
And the truffles, Jesus, the truffles. Alright, there's the truffles.
Is this a delaying tactic?
So, this is the guy who's completely knocked out, and then you're rummaging underneath the thing with your massive dress. Like this. Like that. I'm not going to draw a smile on you because I think we both know that would be fake. Alright, good. So, that's what you are doing. Oh, actually, one of the guys, the servant comes in, the guy that you know from the wedding that you hired. He comes in and he does something very funny. He comes in, he starts speaking to the drunk guy who's basically passing out as we speak. He's literally, his head's on the table. The other guy that isn't passed out yet, he's pretty much gone. And he sort of says to him, something innocuous, like, will that be all? Would you like dessert? Would you like to see the coffee menu? La la la. And as he's doing that, he's looking directly at you, and he's clearly making secret signs. He's one of the Thieves Guild, obviously, many people are in this town, and he's making the thief signs to you. And he's saying to you along the lines of, your accomplices are in jail. They're due to be arraigned tomorrow morning. They have no counsel, is what he's saying to me.
I see. Well, if that's the if that is Well, then I feel like we need to go for a little staff meeting before tomorrow morning, if you get my drift.
And with that, the noble on the left, who is not passed out, goes, that sounds wonderful. Boomf! And he just smashes down his head onto the table, and his head bounces off and back to the wall behind him, and then he just slumps off his chair, and now both these two idiots are completely passed out. So I'm pretty sure...
Can I give the coins I've snatched to the employee that I hired for the wedding?
Well, here's the thing. You can, you just may not get them back.
Oh no, I don't need him back. That's for him to keep him cool, because I ain't paid him for the wedding. You know.
Oh, I see. All right, so you're going to give him the quote unquote wages that you owed all those guys. All right.
Yeah. To keep him sweet, just in case that anything could happen later on, because I know you probably got something planned.
Sure. So
I'm gonna keep as many people sweet as I can.
So you pick up your bustle and you sort of like walk very daintily across here, and as you get past this guy, you sort of give him the coins and you say it's for all the staff. This is the staff's wages, and he goes, "Oh, you're actually paying us this time. Well, isn't that a turn up for the books? Thanks, boss."
Oh. I don't need to say Kazan.
Yeah. Pretty sure he knows who you are.
Yeah, he knows I am now. There's no need. Everyone else is passed out.
Yeah. That was a great fucking dinner. All right, so...
Love the travels.
Love the travels. So you walk out and off to business. Einel, please send me any information you wish to on WhatsApp. Not the group, obviously, as we dash back to the Vagabonds to see what's going on. Quint, you are feeling a little bit like a rat in a trap. I'm going to give you... You're going to have to make a call test for me in a second, buddy. Tom and Jess, you have got time.
I feel like a rat in a cage. Sorry.
I love it.
Never apologise.
Alice in Chains reference. Very good. Oh, no, that's Smashing Pumpkins, isn't it?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins, circa 1990, I believe. Very good. Very good.
Yes.
Over to you two. I believe you wanted to have a chat.
Well, I'm basically I moved, so I'm sat with my back to, closest to the wall where Granny Smith, basically closest to the bars where Granny Smith's cell is.
Yeah, you're literally almost cellmates essentially.
Yeah, and so I murmur to her quietly, I need to talk to you. I've still basically, because I've been very quiet and very traumatized, and so I say I need to talk to you because I've been thinking a lot, and I need to decide whether I'm going to help you or not. So I need to ask you something, and depending on what you answer me with, that's how I'll decide whether I'm going to help you or not.
Sounds like a fair thing.
So what I need to know is, let me tell you something first. I've been wandering around with various people, some good, some not so good, but all interesting. And I've been doing that now for maybe 3 years, and although it feels like longer sometimes. And really, all we've done so far, we ain't done anything bad. We actually helped some people, and we killed some nasty things. We ain't killed any people before. Not any people just doing their jobs anyway. So I guess what I need to ask you is, who are you to start killing people, and why did you show up in that sewer?
That's a very good set of questions.
Sorry.
He's immediately filling everybody with confidence you're going to answer them.
Absolutely. So, with my dementia, I actually can't remember. I genuinely can't remember the reason why I was in the sewer. But I'll be honest with you, it wasn't to look for my cat.
Shocker.
Killing people isn't new to me. Killing people in that sort of situation maybe is a bit newer. I panicked, and I'll be honest with you, I was trying to help and it went a bit fucking wrong. I could have scarpered, I could have left earlier, and I kind of wish I had. However, we are where we are,
And you might have noticed I've also been a bit quiet because I'm just trying to contemplate if I want to try and help some more and fuck it up, or if I just fuck off and leave you lovelies to it. There we are.
Well, I respect your honesty. I'm sorry about the dementia. I suppose, what you do is up to you. But, if you're going to stick with us, from now on, maybe try not to kill people who are just doing their jobs. I know guards, I've been in a few towns, and guards, they're always a bit annoying, but I ain't killed any yet, so, maybe try and do the same, yeah?
Absolutely. Well, the only reason I was trying to kill him is, well, not even trying to kill him. I panicked because I didn't want to end up here, but I am here, so that went well.
I know, you see, see how that ended up.
Look how that ended up.
Right, well, now we're going to have to get out of this situation.
As you say that, Tom, the two doors open up at the end, and in walks head really kind of wig first, a rather determined and focused looking Merrick, who is wearing, I'm going to hand this over to I now actually, and Merrick is deep in conversation with what looks to be like a watch clerk, like one of the clerks for the building or the prison or whatever, who's arguing with him and saying, but they've just been put in here. How could it possibly have been called this fast?
No, this is entirely unorthodox. Yeah? This is entirely unorthodox. How are you going to try these people without their legal counsel, huh?
We've only just called them. I don't understand. Where did you come from?
And where was my call? Where was my call?
We were going to. What they haven't.
What were you going to do?
Well, they haven't. But
I've been up all night. That's what I thought. Now, if I would like to speak to my clientele in private, thank you very much.
But
Auf Wiedersehen.
And you start walking off, and he's like, he goes, right, you lot, clear the room. Legal counsel wants to talk to his, I assume, clients.
Dankeschön.
And the guards sort of like chuckle at the nobody likes the admin guy apparently. So they all sort of like walk off as the admin guy sort of, really, there's something very confusing about this, and he starts walking off as well. And closes the room. So you have the room now. You hear them. The double doors are being locked. There are only two windows here. They are heavily barred. So you're not in any danger of running off just right now. And if you did, you'd have to face over half a dozen guards. A dozen guards. Merrick, you stroll forwards and you see the vagabonds who are in their various cells. Quint is staring at you very well. I don't know what Quint's a very strange person. So he's just staring at you. And you see back to back.
As he usually does.
Beady little eyes, yes.
His beady little eyes watching your every move. And then he attempts.
It always gives me the creeps.
He attempts something like a smile. It doesn't quite come off that well. And you see Rattigan and Granny Smith back to back against their cell bars here, apparently in conversation, both of them sort of squatting down, sitting on the floor, just chatting to each other. Yeah, that's it, folks.
Well, looks like you threw up the shitter. Luckily for you, I have a plan to get you out of here. But let's just say, might be worth my while. As much as I love being a vagabond, I've never been a vagabond for very long. And let's just say, the time we spent together, it's been great, memories and all of that, but I haven't been paid a lot. So let's just say I'm willing to help you out if you're willing to scratch my back.
Master Merrick. I ask you this rather frankly. Do you like Bergenhof?
Oh, I love the place. It's a great place to make money.
Would you like to see it survive for any considerable length of time?
That sounds like a Fred. What do you got planned?
Oh.
When I was found, Master Merrick, I was hiding from man and my own kind. Of the two, I fear them the worst. You see, when I was in La Maison Tau and we stole the Ark of Chaotica, it was a grave disgrace to Clan Eshin, the assassins of my group. If I am discovered as you see, a beast man,
Holy shit, he's a screamer! Oh my god! So, well, the guy the guy's been listening to you in the cell next to you just immediately sobers up and backs away. Goes, oh my god, they're real! And just starts pointing at Quinn. Oh gods, gods! He starts like screaming at the top of his voice. Did you forget that you were other people in the room? I'm just going to put that out. All right, so...
said he was unconscious. Said he was unconscious.
I said he was unconscious, but people can wake up. I mean, like...
You spilled the beans.
People can definitely wake up, Quinn. So he's now screaming. What do you want to do, folks?
I'm not getting involved because we know what that's going to happen. Jim. I mean, I could try and seduce him again. But...
you could try and seduce him. You could. Again. You could. I would suggest diplomacy is definitely the way out of this one, this little moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's still screaming. I'm just going to put that out there.
I think Quinn's got to do something here, hasn't he?
Pretty sure Quinn's got to do something.
This is Quinn.
Go on you, Quinn. Clem?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
It's really hard with all the screaming, right?
Yeah, with all the screaming, it's very difficult to focus right now. What do you think?
I don't think you heard me correctly, sir. And you are drunk.
Well,
I said my clan.
Well, be that as it may, you do look a little. Now, come to think of it, you do look a little on the rassy side of things. You know, he still steps forward. He's very drunk.
Let us follow that thought, which I'm not, because I am human. Imagine something which was so hated in this world that its own kind would come for it and kill every human in their way. They would poison and destroy everything. Your wife, your family, your friends, everything, just to get at the thing that is trapped in here. If I was, which I am not. But would that not be terror beyond mention? Now, go back to sleep.
Woo! All right, you're gonna have to make a leadership test. I guess plus 10, maybe plus 20, because you are.
Oh, that's a plus 20.
Yeah, that's a plus 20.
That
was plus 20.
I felt that
one. Okay, fair enough. So that's plus 20 on your leadership to intimidate him to quote unquote never sleep again. That's 0-1. That's a critical success.
Yeah.
0-1-0-5, folks. They don't know a percentile game is a critical success. This is like the stuff of legends. This dude literally just stands there, goes completely ashen white, pisses himself, and then just sits down on the edge of the bed and sort of curls into a fetal position, pulls the blanket over him completely, and the blanket is now shaking, kind of like Linus out of like Peanuts and like Snoopy. You know what I mean? Like when Linus gets really scared and the whole like blanket shake. He's basically Linus now, and the whole blanket's like a security blanket over him, and he's just like shaking there.
Master Merrick, I do not threaten you. My clan threatens
and as you do,
and they are without number.
As you do that, you see the other two people also in the room curled under their covers and just wrap their blankets very tightly around them, and they're also now shaking like little mounds of fear. Yep, you're going to get. I'm going to give you a plus 10 to your next Musk of Fear test. That's a one-off bonus. As you critically succeeded, and you're bolstered by the idea that this is actually an eventuality that could happen. So you get a plus 10 bonus next time you need to not squirt, or if you want to squirt the Musk of Bravery as well. Sorry, back over to you, folks.
Well, luckily for me, guess it's something for me to sleep over until the morning.
Wait, are you leaving?
Oh yes.
You've just come into break.
It's quite late. Yeah.
I had a fish dinner. I'm quite full.
Just had dinner.
I'm rather sleepy.
I love to have a lovely
I
bath.
can smell coffee.
Get ready for the morning, you know.
All right. So you should probably tell them, because they don't know how this works, although you do.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is for Merrick. Merrick, you know how the judicial system works in Bogenhofen. They don't.
Yes, Bogenhofen is quite quick with the judicial system around here. They're going to trial you in the morning, and by the evening they'll probably kill you if they find you guilty. But obviously, if with me as your counsel, I'm pretty certain I'm able to at least let them be a bit more lenient with you. For a price, obviously. But that's
What
something
is
for you
this
to
prize?
think about into the morning. Well, you know, let's just say I owe Merrick for a while.
in fact, Merrick gets out a piece of paper and actually writes that down and puts a little smiley face on it.
I owe Merrick for a while.
Always a smiley face.
If I could
Always
get
a
your
smiley.
signatures, that'd be fantastic.
You pass around. Right, I'm going to give you GM free. I'm going to literally mute myself. So you now have a couple of minutes. You've got to. Okay, here's the chart. The charges are for suspected witchcraft and chaos worship, and also the murder of 3 civil guards, sewer jacks, and also obstruction of justice. Those are the charges levied against all 3 of you. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. I'm going to go off now,
No,
and you've got a few minutes.
I'm guessing it's not community service. We're up
No,
there.
you and Merrick and you 3 are going to now. You 3 are now going to talk together to try and work out your stories, your alibis, or how you're going to get out of this. Not knowing, of course, any evidence that's going to be brought against you, but knowing what the facts were, as it were. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to talk that, and then we'll come back and see where you're at.
Right.
Is he gone?
Is everybody else asleep? That's what we need to figure out.
Or cowering. I'm okay. Right. What is it? Do you want to lay this one out, or shall I?
Well, you guys have definitely got I'm assuming there's going to be a jury and obviously the judge. But in terms of how this is probably going to play, you guys are innocent unless they can prove that you're guilty of killing these guys. And who these guys are and who they say they are is another two things as well. Because we found a cult room, and if they work there, they know that cult room is there.
Yeah.
They are literally sewer jacks. I mean, you don't just build that sort of thing underneath everyone's nose.
Exactly.
Literally 2 alleyways from the main entrance. Also, you've got the key still, haven't you?
Yes. We still got the key from when we got entered, didn't we?
Yeah, we were given that in a clandestine way from what's his name?
Heinz, the other German.
Heinz Victor, wasn't it?
Yes.
And he didn't want anyone to know that we'd been given it. We were also sent to the sewer jack's office to get supplies. So they knew we were down there.
Everybody knew we were there. Wavy Davy was there as well at the same meeting. Oh no, sorry, not Wavy Davy. Dr. Dash was there at the same meeting.
So they knew we were down there. So we have a reasonable reason to think that these people were not sewer guards. There's enough of them for a cult. They didn't produce any identification. They just said they were guards. They didn't show any badges, anything like that.
You've also got alibis. You got alibis at the wedding. People saw that we went to go and find the rest of the missing guests.
I mean,
and what was it?
Oh yeah, you missed that, Granny.
I was otherwise engaged.
Yeah,
and you watched our antics in the pub, so we didn't have time to build an occult room. Yeah, I don't. Okay. The only other thing I've got an issue with here is dealing with Rattigan. But Tom, do you have that emblem and that letter still from the head of Tal?
Yes.
Then that means you're a disciple or a guru of Tal, which means that if there has been a usage of magic in this area, it's for religious courts. It's not for this court, according to Warhammer rules.
Oh my God!
Oh, I need to write this down if I'm representing you. What's this?
It's on page 3 of the notes, you...
Page 3.
Page 3 of the notes.
Yes.
Page 3 of the notes. Yeah.
I don't like losing. I don't like losing. Okay.
Have you been sending around legal notes?
But yeah, this is the
Llama of Tal.
You're a Llama of Tal. You were given this dispensation by the head of the Tal. So it's not you're not. He's not actually a witch. He's a religious guru, and that's not the jurisdiction of this place to talk to them about magic. It's not covered by magic or the College of Magic. It's a religious thing. He's a holy man.
Will they buy that as a cult situation though? Because even if he's a holy man in a sort of worshipping position, like in a worshipping. Doesn't matter if it's devils or you know what I'm trying to say. It's like even though it was
how many people did Rattigan kill?
Oh, he didn't.
How many people could Ratigan have killed, given the magic he was using?
Ah.
He didn't. How many? But basically,
that makes friends a
everyone in tall clothing, including me, could have killed people. We hit to stun because we didn't know who these people were.
Well, some of you hit to
Mistaken
stun.
identity. We're done.
I hit to stun. Don't know about Granny.
Yeah, Granny's a little. She tried to, but she's got cataracts, and it was too accurate.
It was dark. You're kill everyone. It's fine. It's fine.
Are we going to the old lady
absolutely
Granny?
no chance to
Yes.
show who we were. Pardon?
I think we're going for the old lady defense.
I think the old lady defense is one of the things because obviously we got the holy man thing. We got you unconscious, and we got an old lady.
I'm wearing tall robes as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hang on, wasn't Quint? Weren't you knocked unconscious by the so-called guards?
No, I was beaten half to death by the guards.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not attacking to kill. I was attacking to stun. They've got some nasty bruises, but I could have cut them in two. I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. So they attacked without even trying to find out what was going on. They gave
or identifying themselves when they knew we were down.
No identification was presented,
and they didn't ask us for ours.
Nope.
So we could only assume.
And they knew we were down there.
Oh, they already knew we were down there. We can hear you.
We can hear you, Neil.
We can hear you.
Is that come back in?
There's a lot of laughing. There's a lot of laughing going on. I'm not sure what the fuck
you'll find out what's funny when you hear it back.
All right. So, skipping things forward, moving it nice and quickly, I'm going to push you forward into the day of the arraignment. You are unceremoniously dragged through the crowd that only a few days ago were... Actually, they didn't know who the fuck you were, I guess. But the last time you saw a crowd this big, they were cheering for you, not booing for you. The town crier, who's a little shit, has been talking about, triple homicide in the sewers, chaos worshippers, possibly up to no good. All this kind of horrible slander and stuff. You're brought, dumped into the courtroom, and many of the guards are also there present. I've actually neglected to put lots of guards in, so there you are, lots of guards standing very haphazardly, because this is the medieval period, essentially. And your council... What's the name? What are you going as? What is the name of your council? In fact, actually, no. Let's get to that in a second. So the council, your council comes in with you. You're now sort of lined up against this big desk here. There's another massive desk opposite with a very impressive picture of what looks to be like Sigmar, who is the god of the empire behind here. And he's got a big thumbs up. It's a big thumbs up of Sigmar, also with a wrap around his eyes, like Justice is blind kind of thing. But it's basically this dude here, like that.
Visions of this great grinning selfie, you know.
It's basically Sigma's taking a selfie for
Buddy
Justice. It's Buddy Sigma. There you go. Little reference from little reference there from Dogma. The court has got many guards around. They sort of file in. They're standing very much around you. There is really no way you're going to get out of this one, I feel, apart from having to go through this entire thing. There is no jury, though. There is only a judge. This is not one of those situations where your peers are brought in. However, the entire side on here, all these rows, have been populated, you've been told, as you sit down, or at least Merrick, you've been told this, by the family members and children and parents of the dead. Deceased guards that you
Tough crowd.
Tough crowd. Yeah, you will look at Merrick and Merrick just goes, tough crowd.
They were little breeders, weren't they?
He looks at you and just goes, I'd hate to be in your shoes.
It's going to be a lot harder than I thought.
On the right, you see another gentleman, a gnome, in fact, actually, who walks through. He's carrying many papers and a briefcase. He looks very sharp in his nice suit. Actually, Merrick, very quickly, what are you wearing?
Hold on, better than mine.
Well, I wasn't saying better. It's not better, it's just different. So, what is describe for me your suit, and I'm going to tell you what his suit looks like.
Yes, I am wearing a... I have customized my battle dress into a trouser suit, still with the low-cut top.
Oh, nice.
And I still have the bouffant hairdo, but
nice. Okay, good, excellent.
I have changed that. And,
okay.
yeah.
I'm doing like a courtroom artist's rendition of what you.
Oh right,
look
yes.
Like. So you got a low cut.
Yes, I have some new
jacket.
brogues as well.
you have your backup brogues, your
backup
emergency brogues. So it's
For
like
the +1 on the luck.
So plus one of luck. So you get it's 1d3 plus 1 of luck that you get until you spend it, basically, or until your suit gets mangled. I think that was the deal. This is kind of what you look like with your little moustache there as well.
Yes, perfect.
That's amazing. Yeah,
Perfect.
excellent.
Yes,
So please roll a 1d3 and then +1 to it. There's a 1d3 here, and +1. That's your luck for until it runs out, or until you change your suit, or it gets really muddy and dirty and shit. So that's
2.
So you get 3 luck. So that's I'm going to put this
luck.
over here. It's Merrick's luck, which I'm more excited about your luck than I am with Tom's. Tom's feels a bit of a cheat, but there you go. So yes, anyway, your luck is over here.
What?
Speaking of which, Tom, actually, so that's your luck. Speaking of which, audience will see this. Tom will not. This is now Tom's luck for the day. Okay, so that's his luck for the day. I'm going to hide my disappointment and just pretend that didn't happen. But that's his luck for the day as well. So the court starts. It's an arraignment which leading unconventionally leading straight into the trial. Just because I want to get into this and I can't be fucked to bring you in and out again. So the arraignment is declared. The various charges are read out of witchcraft, chaos worship. In fact, it's fraternization with chaos entities, the murder of 3 of the sewer jacks who are going about their duly appointed business, the government business, and you have been asked to supply witnesses, which you can basically, you don't have to have had that planned because I'm pretty sure you didn't. If you have any witnesses to call, I assume that you've already arranged that. There's a witness box over here, which is very snug next to the judge's box. In fact, actually, I'm going to make it a bit further over here. Why not? There's a witness box, so you can call witnesses. The prosecution will obviously call their own witnesses as well to the stand, and then you can examine and cross-examine. So the way this is going to work, folks, is we're going to sort of skip through, obviously, a lot of the preliminaries of a trial, because it takes a long time. We're going to read out, the charges have been read out, because you already know what they are. And you've all been introduced to everybody. The prosecution for the city of Bogenhofen is Prosecutor Pickles, who is a gnome. Mr. Pickles over there.
Prosecutor Pickles.
Prosecutor Pickles QC, I'll have you know, is over here. And he's got his little assistants next to him, who are actually taller than him. You've already met all the guards and also all the bereaved over there. And the judge is Magistrate Richter, who you last met by giving you access to the sewers. He's looking very stern and quite pissed off at seeing you all again, this time in the docks. And so, again, this may not go in your favour. The way it's going to work is that you're going to be interviewed, there are going to be evidence submitted, and you can cross-examine after each time. So Merrick, each vagabond's going to be interviewed very briskly, ask a few questions. You can cross-examine them and any witnesses that they've brought in by the prosecution. So the prosecution is going to bring in witnesses first, let's say, and then any expert witnesses, and you can do the same when it's your turn. And then the vagabonds are going to be put on the witness stand, and then also you can cross-examine them as well. There are obviously objections and things like that you can do, which I will allow or not allow. You can persuade me, even if it's really bullshit. You might be able to persuade me on a fellowship roll. However, I'm going to tell you right now, you have got a -10 to your fellowships because Richter is super fucking pissed off with all of you, and this is not a fair system. So I'm just going to tell you that the odds are stacked against you already. I guess you can also choose who wants to go first. So the prosecution is going to call their first witness, which is, I think it's Lucas and also Johan.
Yes,
two guards.
Lucas and Johan.
Lucas and Johan, who are going to snugly, they don't fit in very well. They're two very big guys, and they're sort of like one's sitting on the other one's person's lap, and being interviewed as a duo. And Prosecutor Pickles steps forward and he hops onto a little tool so you can see over. He goes, "Hello there. So, please tell me your name, state your business, and what on earth you're here for, sort of thing." And he goes, well, name's Johan. This is whatever the guy's name is. I've instantly forgotten.
Lucas.
Lucas, thank you. Lucas. And we're sewer jacks. Your shortness, Your Honour. No, not Your Honour. You.
Lordship.
Your Lordship. He looks at you, Merrick, and just looks really questioning. He goes, "Oh, very interesting. And so on the night of yesterday, which I don't know the date is, the night of yesterday, tell me the events that led to us all being here and this awful business of these 3 dead, brave young lads of Bogenhofen." Well,
Objection! Das is a leading statement. We don't know that they were brave.
Please mark your fellowship test. Make your fellowship test -10 to see if it's the same. So Richter considers what you just said.
It's going well, guys.
That's a fail. That's a fail.
It's not going well, guys.
He goes, he looks forward, just goes, overruled. And you absolutely have to answer the question. It's one of the most basic questions of law, so please just answer what happened in your own words. He goes, "Oh, yeah, great." So Lucas steps forward and goes, "Well, so we were like, we heard this disturbance, all these explosions and things going down the sewer, and then we were asked to go and investigate and whatnot. So we thought, well, this is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Don't often get like explosions in the sewer and whatnot. So we went down, like all 10 of us, I think it was, because you never know what's down there. One time, my cousin, he starts rambling on for some time. You can see Pickles are sort of going, and then he just looks at you, Merrick, with the kind of "I've got you" kind of look. Like he's the same size as you as well, so you're all sort of like, he's also, oh, by the way, his suit is particularly nice.
Oh, right.
It's a Lamani suit. Which is very expensive, purple, and it's fitted as well, and it's got a little tail on the end.
Oh, so. Pickles, it's nice, muscle fit, I like.
Yes, very good. Yes, it's a muscle fit. So Lucas carries on and goes, "Yeah, so we were down there, and then we came across this room, and it had like all this weird smoke and stuff, and these lot were like hopping it out of there through some probably nefarious secret exit and whatnot. And we tried to stop them, didn't we?" And he goes, "Yeah, but what about the lady? We rescued a lady. Yeah, we rescued this lady. She was gorgeous." And like he stops, and his eyes drift over, and then he just catches sight of you, Merrick. I'm just going to make a little test right now. Are you doing anything right now? Because you realise he's looking kind of at you directly. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay.
Is that shit in a good way or shit in a bad way?
He looks directly at you and he just goes, "Yeah, this lady, this lady," his fingers just like pointing at you. Like that.
Oh, no.
And his eyes go wide and he just goes, like that. He's just pointing. Merrick, what do you want to do? If you want to do something, I guess.
Your Honor, your Lordship, I feel as if the male gaze is very, very off-putting.
Right. Are you gonna try? Are you gonna try a legal action to try and like discredit this witness or something?
Yeah, Your Lordship, I am a professional barista here in Bogenhofen, and
did you say a professional barista?
No, not in a coffee shop. Barista.
Barista.
Accent.
Accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And
your accent does seem to be moving quite a lot.
Yes, it moves all over the place. Yeah. Okay. And let it be clear, I have worked very hard as a woman in the industry to get to the height of my game, and I do not like to be ogled in the courtroom. And I feel it is off-putting that this man here is off-putting, and he is pointing, and he is glaring at my cleavage.
That's quite an accusation. Please make a fellowship test with that. Yeah. Do you have do you have any charm skills or blather or anything like that?
I do.
What do you have? What you got?
Yo. I got magical suaveness.
Okay.
That's +1 for whatever.
That's +1 for whatever. Yeah, because you look great.
Yeah. I've got that's for
charm, blather, possibly seduction, because you're all pretending to be.
I've got charm and seduction.
All right,
let's use charm.
All right, so I'm going to give you plus 20 on that roll. So it's +10 because Richter's kind of against all of you immediately. So that's +11. You have +11 to your roll. Yeah, and you've also got
+11 to my roll. What roll is this?
Fellowship roll +11,
+38.
and you got luck as well.
Okay, that's 49 then.
49. Yeah.
50 if with the luck.
Yep, that succeeds. Yep, that's a success.
Sick.
All right,
There we
so
go.
Richter considers him and goes, "Yes, I don't want the decorum of this sanctified court to. In fact, move it. We only need one of them. Take that one away." He points at the one that's just pointing at you. He goes, "We don't need him. One will suffice. This is getting rather tedious. We need to move things along." And so Lucas is asked to step down. He's still pointing at you, so he goes around. He goes around the table like this. He's still pointing, and then he just backs off.
Do you see what I mean, your lordship?
Yes, quite right. Deeply inappropriate. Remove him from the court, and they ask him to leave, and he's still pointing as he's backing out the door and turning the corner. A lucky escape. They carry on the examination of the witness statement. He states basically exactly what happened, and literally what you all did, and the fact that Granny killed all these people, and that the Quint also attacked people. And everything essentially that we all know from last time.
Ooh, I would
point,
like to cross-examine that.
at that point, the little gnome hops off his stool and goes, "No further questions, Your Honour. Open and shut case, what? And he starts walking on and goes, "Your witness." And as he sits down, he does that. You're pretty sure he does that with a sneer.
So, Johan, how long have you been a member of the sewer jacks?
Like counting last night.
So relatively new.
I would say, newish. Yeah,
Newish.
Newish.
So who is your commander, Johan?
Oh, it's Bob.
Bob.
Yeah.
I do not feel that Bob is your commander. Is
we-
Bob here in the courtroom?
Hello! And you just see this guy from across the corner just waves. "Hello, that's me, I'm Bob. I'm not really a superior. I'm just like I'm sort of his like helper. Like we help all the new people, the sewer jacks to come in, and we show them around like where the cafeteria is, where they can sleep, things like that.
So Johan, you don't actually know the order of let's see, authority in your realm of work.
Well, I don't know about that. I've been in the sewers quite a lot, and
Well, you said you spoke about a young woman who you said you assisted, and I feel as if
I didn't assist. That was Lucas. Lucas is all over like a fly on. Oh, excuse me, Your Honour. Like honey on bees. I was more interested in apprehending those lot over there. He points towards the vagabonds.
Oh, right. Well, we have a different set of circumstances there, because it appears that apparently in Lucas's statement, which I have written here on the paper, that you was knocked out at one point. Was you not?
Oh, yeah, I was, wasn't I? Oh,
Well, if
yeah,
you was
I
knocked
forgot
out,
about
then
that.
how do you observe all these murders?
That's a very good point. I don't know. he just stares dumbfounded at you like you're some kind of fucking illegal genius. You hear this harumph from the gnome. You hear a harumph from the gnome. And Richter looks at the gnome and goes, "I'll allow the harumph," and just turns back and goes, "You're okay for now. What's your name of your character in the courtroom, by the way?"
Yes. Apologies. My name is Frida. Frida Convict.
So he just stops and goes, "Frida Convict." Anyway,
Yes, it's German.
Sure. So, Frida Convict, wrap this up, please, will you? You sort of, but carry on.
Well, it seems here, Your Lordship, that this young man, Johan, the newbie, as you would put it, is well above his station, you see. He doesn't understand what is going on. He was knocked out early on. His superior, Bob, was supposed to be overseeing his progress, and he was not doing that. And so what ensued was this man being knocked out, and apparently he observed 3 murders at the same time. It does not compute.
So what you're doing right now, Einel, is called a voir dire, which is to question the expertise of the witness, essentially. It's
Indeed.
calling into
Wow.
question the expertise of the witness.
I think we've been learning something here.
Yeah, it's
So
not
am
all,
I.
it's not all. he says it. Merrick says that.
Merrick gives a wink to them. Like.
Yeah. Merrick says that. You're like, what is he talking about? So Richter sort of like scrutinizes the situation. Goes, okay, yeah. You know what? I think you're onto something there. I think this is highly improbable. I'm going to strike him from the record as well. Yes, you may leave now. Thank you. Prosecution, I hope you have better witnesses than these. The prosecution again. He rumps and walks off. He stares right at you, Merrick. Like he just stops and stares at you and says, "Harumph! I call the first of the accused, Ratigan P. What's your full name? I've forgotten. Ratigan T. something or other, isn't it?
Oh no, it's Silas.
Silas P. Ratigan. The P is short for P. That's correct. Silas P. Ratigan of no fixed abode. To the stand.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I actually do have I do have a hedge that I am quite fond of, and I do go back to that hedge quite a lot. It's in the woods, right round the back of where my village. That is probably what I would call my abode if I was to have one. I guess it is my abode then.
Just take the stand. Rick just sort of cuts across you. You're shown into the stand, which I'm presuming, unless you're doing anything else that you want to take into. The gnome sort of like hops up onto his stool again and leans over towards you and goes, "Now then, I believe your friends call you Ratty, is that right?"
I believe that is the case. Yes,
you're being very careful right now. And your friends, they think you're a decent sort of stand-up chap, yes?
I can stand up, that is correct. I have been able to stand up since the age of 3, I believe. I was a late starter, but I'm not ashamed of that.
Very good.
Oh, and, he's good.
Merrick just passes a piece of paper towards Gresham. He's very good. So he carries on and goes, and as a stand-up individual, you like to think of yourself as an honest man, yes? An honest man, yes?
I speak my mind and my heart, and most of the time they are truthful. That is correct.
And so being an honest man with a truthful mind and everything, I'm sure you can tell us what you were doing in the sewers down there in the first place. As you were maintaining your innocence, you said that you were not guilty of these crimes, that it was mistaken identities, mistaken circumstances. So enlighten us then, Mr. Ratty. Tell us exactly what it is you were doing down here. I'm sure everybody, including those people over there that have just lost their loved ones, would love to know. And you hear like a boom, like a murmur from this side of the courtroom over here.
Well, Your Honor, that's a very good question. I'm very glad you asked it. So you see, it's like this, right? Our friend, he gone missing. He got kidnapped. We reckon some people took him down into the sewers, right? So we go looking in the sewers. What do we find? Shenanigans. We find shenanigans down there, Your Honor. We find culty shenanigans.
You find shenanigans. Shenanigans of which our constables and sewer jacks have never uncovered in all the many rounds and routes and passes they make on a routine basis, on a daily basis. They've never come across this. You, first time in our sewers at Bogenhofen, not from here. They're not locals, sir. Not locals. And you find them straight away. How curious.
See, now, Your Honor, I know what you're doing here, right? You're suggesting, I'm guessing, you're going to get round to the culty stuff, and you're going to suggest, right, that we are chaos botherers. We bother with chaos.
Your words, not mine, sir. And he turns around and has the biggest fucking grin on his face as he just stares straight at Merrick.
But, right, I got proof here. I got proof from my person that I would never bother with chaos, because I am a devout follower of the Squirrel King, aka Tal, aka right Nature God, whatever you want to call him, right? And I can show you right now. And
go ahead.
I turn around and.
Wait a second. Richter leans forward and goes, Ms. Fräulein Frieda, if you have any evidence to offer, you need to mark that with the court. He bangs his gavel as well.
Of course,
so I forgot to mention he's got a tiny little gavel that he bangs every now and again. Like that.
Yes, there's many bits of evidence we was wanting to submit before the court, but unfortunately, because of the way the sewer jacks operate in terms of the imprisonment, it was unfortunately we were unable to get the memo to you.
Oh. All right,
but yes, we would like to submit the Llama of Tal.
Okay, all right, fine. But let's see what this is then. Show the court. Show our pleasure for our pleasure. Tom, that's your cue.
I'm going to turn around and drop my trousers, revealing my birthmark of Tal.
Someone think of the children.
We're dead.
The gnome instantly falls off his stool backwards and takes one point of damage. He gets up and goes, and he starts going, and he starts pointing at Richter, then he starts pointing back at your bottom and goes, Honourable Richter, magistrate. And Richter goes, well, there's nothing in the rules that says that a witness cannot disrobe. Highly unusual. And he just has a good long stare and goes, oh yes, I see those birthmarks. We were talking about those little birthmarks on your bottom.
Notice it is in the shape of the Squirrel King, the symbol of the Squirrel King himself. I think it looks like 3 acorns, maybe.
Okay, Richter leans over and goes, can somebody give me an eyeglass or something? And you see one of the guys gives him an eyeglass. It looks like one of those theatre eyeglasses where you look at opera and shit. And he just stands there and just goes, oh, I see, hang on, it's coming into focus right now. Coming into focus. Right. Oh, I missed it. Scrolling back.
Take a good look.
Coming back. There, riding the ring back to focus. There. Oh, I see. It's like a little W, isn't it? It's like a little wow. Like I seem to remember, Tom, you made the joke of like it's like wow. If you look at it.
There was
he looks at the W.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes, oh, okay. Well, that's not proving a huge amount. I mean, definitely need to hear more evidence before I make my judgment. But yes, it appears that he is a devout follower of Tal, stupid enough to put a tattoo on his bottom. But I mean, obviously the man is clearly a devout Talite. Or at least he was, I guess. So your witness. The gnome is sort of looking rather panicked. I'm going to give him a little cool test, actually. Maybe an intelligence test to work out what he's going to do next. He sort of sits there and looks very, very worried and doesn't quite know what to do. And he goes, prosecution has no further questions. Your witness. And he sort of walks off.
Danke.
Hooray!
We're not off the hook yet. No. Let's see. Oh, that again.
I'd say you've been baited on the hook, actually. But there you go. All right.
Now, let's see.
I'm putting you on the stool. Sorry, you're on the stool because it's too high.
Oh, danke.
Bitter.
So, Ratty, tell us a bit more about this religion for those in the back who are unfamiliar.
So, basically, we went to this really nice big building, which apparently was some kind of monastery.
The short version.
Yes, wrap it up, fella.
Basically, we worship nature and like nice natural things, and mostly squirrels in my case, and nuts, because I do like my nuts when I get back into my hedgerow. So, yeah, like. I'm generally quite peaceful. I like just to talk with the squirrels, hang out with the squirrels, maybe cook for the squirrels.
So you are a very very different. So you are very a holy man, I see. Oh, that's nice. But I also hear word that you are an extremely powerful wizard. Is that true?
Who told you that? No. What?
There's a murmur. A murmur goes through the crowd, and Richter sort of goes, "Is this true? Are you a wizard? Where's your paperwork?" Klim, Einel, do you want to make a quick intelligence test, please, mate?
Yeah.
I'd say you do.
I know where I'm going with it.
That's fine. I just wasn't sure if you were aware of this or not.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really intrigued myself.
You're
63, we're good.
You're absolutely fine. So that's a fail. So you're good. Yes, you don't suspect a single thing. You don't think about anything other than. In fact, you start thinking about how nice your brogues feel, the new ones.
Very good.
So yes. So you carry on. Richter's now very intrigued and is staring forward, going, "Do you have paperwork?"
It's only because I hear those who are devout to the squirrel god are also very powerful, and they possess the power to annihilate entire nations. So it sounds strange to me that a room full of 10 sewer jacks come in and 3 of them die. That makes no sense. to an extremely powerful wizard. Surely you would be able to annihilate them all if they are the murderer they say you are.
Richter leans
Oh,
forward.
right. Yeah, no. You see, no, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm completely. I don't do nasty things to
Right,
people.
because you are a holy man.
Objection! Objection! The little gnome steps forward and goes, objection! This is all nonsense and baffling. There's no evidence for any of this.
It's
There's no suggestion to it."
clarification, Pickles. Sit
Richter,
down.
I'm going to make you can make a fellowship test to help this situation, but it's going to be a straight fellowship test, no bonuses. The gnome
Is it Tom?
This is a fellowship test for you, I know.
Me again.
Yeah,
I know you guys. You're
doing all the talking, man.
you do. You're their defense lawyer. You're their lawyer. That is a success somehow. Okay, so Richter goes, I know what you mean, but I will allow this train of thought at the moment. However, Counsel Frida, you are on very thin ice with this line of questioning. I need to understand where you're going with this, otherwise you'll have to move on.
Of course. I'm just saying, Your Lordship, that a man of his stature, if he is who they say he is, then surely there would be more than 3 dead, yeah?
He goes, Is this true? Clerics, you're a cleric of Tal, I presume, apparently. So, yes, they do. Clerics use magic, don't they? There's a sort of, kind of thing from the crowd, and the gnome looks a little pissed off and sits back down again.
Your Lordship, take a look at Bob over in the corner.
Hello! Bob
He
sits
doesn't
forward again.
seem to have any injuries, bruises, anything that would suggest that he was close to death.
I was holding the door
he looks
open.
extremely healthy to me.
I was holding the door open.
Surely you was supposed to be in charge, Bob, was you not?
No, I'm just a helper. It's not really in charge. It's more like a friend.
Oh, right, because Johan earlier said you were his superior.
Oh, I guess he did. What
It
sort
seems
of...
like this whole organization doesn't seem to know who is in charge and who is doing what.
Oh my god, are you going to do the Al Pacino, this court's out of order, you're all out of order, this
You're
court's
all out of order! You're out of order!
So,
Not you, Your Lordship. Not you, Your Lordship. You're
make a leadership test plus 10.
I love this so much.
Can I activate my charm here? Because I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, no, charm is something you can use every time you need it.
Oh, sick.
What I'm going to do, though, for audience at home is I'm going to start... I should have done this earlier, but I'm sort of in my head. I'm making a mental note of how many wins of the argument.
68.
68 is... What's your leadership? Plus 10? So far.
Hold on. I'm just finding it.
Alright.
Leadership. 53 plus 10. 63.
Yeah,
Plus the luck.
Plus luck if you want to use it.
Let's add it in.
Alright,
It
alright.
gives me an extra what?
Gives you an extra 10.
It gets me an extra 3, and then
Extra 10.
another 1 for the charm.
Alright, that's
That's
fine.
68.
Alright, so you want... Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
So you managed to make it. Alright,
Quick maths.
Richter, despite years of being a magistrate and huge amounts of experience, somehow just goes, okay, I'll allow that to be added to the record. Alright, fine. Moving on, your witness now. I think you've taken up quite a lot of time.
No
now.
further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, Frida sits down, and the gnome sits forward and goes, so, apparently you're a magic user, eh?
You talking to me?
Yeah, sure, why not? the gnome's demeanour has changed somewhat. He seems to be trying a different tactic, all pally-pally. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, for the sake of argument, let's say you are a magic user and you're a cleric of Tal or some kind of monk or something. And let's say you were down the sewers, you were saying, finding a friend. So here's the question. What are you doing with her? And he points over to Granny Smith. How do you know her? And he points over.
Right, you remember I was telling you how we were looking for our friend who gone missing and went down the sewers, yeah? So we went down the sewers, right, before all this business happened, before all the culty stuff, all the culty shenanigans, right? You wouldn't believe it, what we ran into. Massive blobs. There were massive blobs down there, Your Honor. I refer this already. Your Honor, have you ever seen a massive blob? Because there are some underneath us right now, right? And we had issues with them. We were, there was fighting going on. Out of nowhere, bing bang boom, she shows up. right? Never seen her before.
Oh, curious.
Um,
Okay. And what about him? And he points over to where Clem is. How do you know him?
Oh, he's a mate. He's a good mate of mine.
Clem, make an initiative test, please.
Rightio.
Kara, I guess. No further questions. So your mate and this lady helped you through this difficult situation with this blob thing that nobody can find evidence with, and you managed to find a Kale's cult. And
She blew him up.
she blew him up.
Right
She
up.
blew them up, did she? He still turns around and looks straight at Granny
Ooh.
Smith. She blew them up, really?
Objection. I object to the words blowing them up or the face.
I'm so sorry, Magistrate Rington. Magistrate goes, okay, I was sustain it, but that's fine. He goes, no, that's fine. He's quite right. I mean, explode. And with that, he hops off.
Objection once again.
He hops off and walks
I am
back.
just,
No
I am
further
just
questions.
reminding
No further
Mr.
questions.
Pickles.
No further
I'm just
questions.
reminding Mr. Pickles
No further
that
questions.
the family of the deceased are in the building. And
Yes, they are.
Using
Yes,
such,
they are.
such
No further questions.
language is very, very emotive and right.
Yeah, you realise that nobody's really listening to you and don't really have a point. At this point, Raskin, you're asked to leave the stand.
Why did you
And,
say explode them?
At this point, Granny Smith is called to the witness box.
Can I just say I didn't blow them up with magic?
as you walk back to your seat, you just shout.
Oh, that
over
makes it a hell of a lot better.
You see Merrick's very long wig just flops down a little bit. Granny Smith, you're being called to the witness stand.
Hello, dearies. Oh,
So, hello. Can you hear me okay? Being that you're incredibly old.
remind me of your name, darling.
My name's Prosecutor Pickles, and what's
Pickles?
your name?
I thought I recognised you. You're Petunia's son, aren't you?
Oh, yes, I am. Petunia's,
yes.
you're friends with my mother.
Well, I used to clean for her back in the day. Do you still have those lime green curtains? They always made me smile.
Oh dear. Appears, oh dear. Rachel leans forward, goes, excuse me, do you know this woman? And Pickles looks very sheepish, goes very red in the face, goes, apparently I do. This is my Gramsy. Mrs. Gramsy. Shit.
Hey.
Shit. Hello, Gramsy. Funny seeing
Hello,
you. I thought you were dead.
Oh, gosh, no. Just had a bit of a tiff with your mum, but I really hope she's well.
Okay. And Richie goes, hold on, I have to stop you here. You can't cross-examine this lady, this witness. And Pickles goes, well, I'd like to, because you can't, because you know her. This is what do you call it? This is God, help me, Tom. I can't remember the fucking term I'm trying to stretch for. When something is biased, unbiased. It's not biased. Sorry, it's biased. When you mitigating circumstances when you know somebody.
Surely he should have made this known before the proceedings began.
I didn't recognise her.
Your
He turns
lordship.
around and says that. He goes, that's fine. He goes, all right, fine, no further witness. Your witness, bloody hell. And sits down again. So Richter has ruled that because he knows Granny Smith, they have a relationship outside the court. That's more than just an acquaintanceship. He cannot cross-examine her, as it is a conflict of interest. Thank you.
Conflict of interest.
Thank
yeah.
you very much. Merrick steps forward and says that.
Yes.
You is your witness, therefore, and you've got another mark in your favour. Fucking hell.
Apologies.
Jess, you
Granny.
complete bastard. That was very well played.
You don't mind calling. You don't mind me calling you Granny, do you?
Oh, not at all, darling. You can call me by my first name if you like, but it's up to you.
Oh, lovely. As you could see, you have a very fantastic dresses, and so do I. Could you see, I've got a tiny little label on my suit here. Can you read that from your distance, or are you having difficulty?
So objection. Sorry, objection.
What is that?
The name's ignoring objection. I don't know what's happening.
Nothing. We are just complimenting each other on our different suits.
Overruled. I want to know where this is going as well. Where is this going, Frida?
It is a lovely, lovely outfit, but I'm afraid I can't read that label. It's a bit too far from me.
Very difficulty reading, is it?
Yes, yes.
If I step even closer, you still have difficulty, right?
Oh gosh, that must be quite a small.
Yes, it's
Oh,
very
you
yes, it's
sneaky
hard.
fuckers. I know exactly what
It's
you're
very
doing.
hard. It's very
Sneaky
hard.
bastard.
Oh, I can't. I'll tell you what. Let me step even closer. Right here, and let's see. Can you see it? Oh, still hard. Still hard.
Oh, is that an L?
Oh, it could be. Oh, feels like being at the optician's, doesn't it? Oh,
Absolutely. Gosh,
Oh,
bad
it's tough.
memories.
Objection! I can't tell if this is some kind of evidence or if they're actually fraternising with each other.
Well, I'm just going to make it clear to the court, Your Lordship, that
Sustained.
well, in the charges against my client right here is that she is involved in witchcraft. Now, I don't know much about witchcraft myself, but one of the main things I would think is you would be able to read.
That's a very good point. I hadn't thought of that. I can't read.
Objection, Your Honour. The charges are for also murder as well as witchcraft. The murders were seen by the other witnesses, the members of the
Seen
watch.
by some of the witnesses who are unconscious but still managed to see the murders.
I'll see where this is going. That's all right. Okay, I'll continue your line of questioning.
Yes, her poor eyesight. You must look at this. For example, Mr. Pickles, Prosecutor Pickles, he knows this lady. And he knows this lady has but very poor eyesight. She's an elderly woman. She is lost in the sewers. And now you are accusing this poor lady who can barely see to be able to dispatch of 3 of the sewer jack's finest warriors. Bravest is what you said at the beginning of this courtroom, did you not?
Bob from the back of the room pipes and goes, it was rather dark.
Yes, it was, wasn't it?
Very dark, indeed. Yes.
Richard scratches his head again and goes, well, it sounds reasonable, I guess. Accidents happen. Eviscerations, not so much, but I guess accidents can happen.
Now, Your Lordship, imagine you was this young, poor granny here who is lost in the sewers, deep, dark, cannot see, and surrounded by 10 men brandishing weapons. Would you not, if someone was even to touch you, you would at least push them back?
Okay, you have to make a fellowship roll for this. Granny, you can say something to potentially help this if you want to. So if you want to add something now verbally, I will then see whether or not there's a bonus for Einel and his argument.
Well,
Threatened by rushed vermin in the dark, yeah?
What I'm struggling to understand is why they helped the young lady who was present, but they didn't help the gentleman or the old lady when we were already trying to leave the scary room. They didn't help us, did they? I call that ageism.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one of the most tenuously thin arguments I've ever heard. That's fine. So Richter Molson goes, yeah, it's very strange, very strange. He looks very confused at the moment. He goes, very strange. He goes, I feel we're losing the thread here. I think that's enough. I think I've heard enough from her. Let us call...
My cats are still down there!
You say that as you get
No
drowned
further
off
questions,
the
Your
grass.
Lordship.
The gnome sort of like, you see the gnome is staring at you, Merrick. He's not very happy, but at the same time he has this look on his face like, actually make an initiative test, please. In fact, all of the vagabonds can make an initiative test as you sort of like have this moment and the last Klim's about to be called to stage.
30. Oh, is that 30 or 300?
That's a 3. That is a 3. It's a critical success.
Oh, sick.
That's a failure.
That's a failure. And Tom, you still got to go.
I am rolling now.
Klim, did you make an initiative test earlier? Can you tell me the result?
No, I didn't.
Please make.
Well, I rolled a 30, so hang on.
That's fine. No, that's a
Am I-
pass. Don't worry. Yeah.
Am I doing a test?
You don't, I think you. Yes, you can if you wish to. It's just who has the information and who doesn't.
Ah.
Yeah. So straight initiative test. That is a failure. I think. Yeah. Okay. So Einel, this is really for you and I guess Tom as well. But Einel mainly for you. You see the gnome. He's sort of staring at you. He looks very fucked off. Richter looks incredibly confused. You feel that actually, against all the odds, that currently you're sort of leading the argument against the prosecution. There's lots more that we were not going to go into that you said. More evidence is provided. The Sirjaks sort of make their appeals, and literally they are eyewitnesses. But one by one, you managed to sort of cast enough doubt that this wasn't just a case of self-defense. and mistaken identity, that basically you think that the vagabonds are actually being positioned for potentially to get off this fucking thing. Basically, based on the idea that this was self-defense and mistaken identity, you're basically put into Richter's mind that because it was dark down there, because the sewer jacks saw this cultist thing, they didn't know what was going on. You guys arrived there. Obviously, Richter knows that you were trying to find your friend, and obviously the prosecution is trying to put the idea that they're actually behind the whole kidnapping and all the cultist stuff. That it could be a case of mistaken identity in wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. So you think that Richter is slowly becoming towards your side, to the defence's side in terms of the idea. However, the gnome is staring at you in a way that sends a chill down your spine. There is something that he has got that you don't know of, but you suspect is going to be a problem, and you haven't worked it out yet. The gnome just sort of turns back to Richter, and Richter goes, Prosecutor Pickles, you're making a bit of a sham of this. I assume you have one last witness, the other vagabond, perhaps? The Pickles steps forward and goes, yes, I do. I'd like to call to the stand the person known as Quint. Quint, you're sort of led very quietly. The whole room goes very quiet. You're led up to the stand and placed in the middle of the room, of the stand itself. He slowly walks towards you. As he does so, he's looking at you again, Merrick, and then he hops back onto the stool and sort of leans forward towards you, Quint. State your name, your birthplace, and what it is you do for a living.
I will have difficulty answering. I have been rather badly beaten by the gentleman of the sewers. All I remember is there was a key. We went to the guards' room. The guards who beat me. They took us down to the sewer. I think his name was Brian. They took us down there. And now they attack us. I don't understand.
Oh, that's a shame you can't remember. Obviously, you've taken a bit of a beating. Amnesia is what it's called. I suspect you've got a touch of amnesia. Does that sound about right to you, poor Quinty?
What is amnesia, sir? I'm a poor beggar. I don't
memory loss.
understand.
Convenient memory loss when one forgets simple things such as
objection,
where you were born.
Your Honor. Convenient. that is very leading. That is.
I apologise.
I'm not a cultist. I'm not a cultist.
Okay. So the Richter has to make a ruling per objection. That's how it works. So every time you raise an objection, the ruling has to happen first, and then you can carry on with the line of questioning or whatnot. So Richter leans forward and goes, sustained. Yes, it's a fair point. Mr. Pickles, please do not lead the witness in that way. Pickles passes. I am terribly sorry. I shan't do that again. Well, what if I could offer you some help, Quint, as you can't seem to remember these very basic, simple facts that most of us, he glances around the room, seem to be able to know and recall even when one is drunk or knocked around the head, as you say, allegedly. Perhaps I can help you with that.
I do not understand. I don't know why I'm here.
Make an initiative test, please, Quint.
What?
Make an intelligence test. I'm sorry. Intelligence. What's your intelligence?
Not that.
I would say not. Okay. At that point, you sort of just go dumbfounded. You sort of like, your mouth goes kind of hop like that, and you just sort of stare at him. Your little beady eyes like staring at him, and his little beady eyes are staring back. And this very, very small but very certain smile just creeps over his face. He leans in so only he and you can hear each other. And he goes, why don't I tell them where you're really from? And he sort of leans back, and then he looks to the crowd and goes, ladies and gentlemen of the court, your honour, magistrate, my fellow opposition, and the arraigned, I have here a signed confession from one of the prisoners in the prison cells that states very clearly that this, and he points back to Quint, is a Skaven. At that point, folks, we're going to stop the game. So
Why'd you have to be a Skaven for?
yeah, you didn't
I've
think
got
that.
several. I've been planning this. I knew you were going to do this. I knew it.
You didn't
I've
think.
got ya.
You didn't think the
Got
whole.
nothing in my notes to help me out here.
You didn't think. Yeah. All you can see is Merrick just like getting a whole bunch of paper and just shuffling it really furiously, whilst he's looking at Tom, looking at Ratty, and also Granny Smith, going, "I don't know what to do." As he's like behind the things. All right, folks, we are going to hold it here. That's cool. I like this. This is the first time we've ever attempted courtroom RPG, which is a thing in itself. We will pick this up. I'm not sure when the next date is. Usually a couple of weeks' time. We'll pick this up back up then. So you've got another couple of weeks to work out your defense
How to defend a Skaven.
how to fucking defend a Skaven before the summation of the trial takes place. That's it, folks. This is a different one. Usually it's a lot more like high fantasy stuff, but I wanted to try something different with the guys. With
It was
I
fun.
love that episode. I thought that was really
That was
good.
fun, though.
Yeah.
Really fun, really different.
Yeah.
I also think Frida was doing a fantastic job right up until the last moment.
Free the convict.
Frida Convict was doing great
Oh,
up
that got
until the rat was pulled out of the bag, as it were. I believe, therefore, I mean, who was it last time to flip the table?
I think I did it last time.
Okay, I think this really is quite deserving of I know. I think I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we do
agree.
so, though, folks, very quickly, Tom, when are you streaming next?
I'll be back on tomorrow, Monday.
Cool, what are you playing?
With a new horror hangout.
Nice.
Ooh.
Cool. I'm going to try and come back on Tuesday. As I'm filming pretty much the entire day, I should be back in time. So I'm going to try and come back Tuesday. I think that will be either Neilcom or we're going to do carry on with RE4. Oh no, it's going to be Neilcom actually, because RE4 is going to be on
Neilcom, we're gonna do
Thursday.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Are
Thursday.
you gonna do
Neilcom.
RE4 when the VR thing comes out as well?
I don't know. RE7
Neil in the
VR
VR.
terrified me, man. Neil in VR.
Did you do Village in VR?
No, I haven't done Village. I did 7 for 5 minutes in the VR and then got terrified and so
Yeah,
banned.
same.
Fucking
Yeah, same.
terrified.
The bit with the girlfriend on the stairs.
Oh my
like,
God,
yeah,
it's
I'm
horrible.
coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah. So yes, pause. So very quickly, thank you very much to all the Vagabonds, as always. Thanks, folks, for hanging out and for giving it your all in this tense courtroom drama. It's not very, we need to have more Ally McBeal references. I feel we've slipped up on that a little bit. You have to go to the toilet and everybody, all different types of species.
Does everybody remember Ally McBeal?
Dude,
No,
that game
yeah.
was 20
That
years
was that
ago.
late '90s.
It was late 90s.
Oh,
Late 90s.
Lockhart.
That's
What a
right.
legend.
Wow.
What a legend.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, that's it. So Tom's back on Monday. I'm back on Tuesday for NeilCon 2. And then I'm back on Thursday with RE4. We should have a guest from the cast as well, hopefully joining us. Yes, I know. Or even the dogs are excited.
Hey!
There you go.
Nice.
All right, folks. Without further ado, let's flip the shit out of this table.
Did you save it?
Yep, saved it.
Flipping.
Thanks, folks. Take it easy.
See ya.
It's beautiful. Stay well, folks. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.